Welcome to Coming Home to Yourself, the podcast for high achieving women who look like put together on the outside, but feel like they're quietly crumbling inside. I'm Jagoda, a coach, a mother, a woman who's walked through public criticism, private self doubt, and the quiet ache of wondering if I was ever enough. I've been bullied. I've been dismissed for being just a mom. And for years, I questioned my voice until I began to come home to myself. This is your space to exhale, to stop performing strength and start living your truth. Each week, I'll share honest stories, gentle insights, and soul-deep shifts to help you reconnect with the woman beneath the roles, the one you've forgotten, the one you miss, the one who's always been there. If you're tired of being the strong one, the capable one, the one who never breaks, you belong here. This is the invitation to slow down, to soften, and to finally feel safe inside your own life. You were never broken. You were never too much. You don't need to fix yourself. You just need to come home to yourself. Let's begin. You're listening to Coming Home to Yourself, the place where we have real conversations about what it means to live, breathe, and thrive as high-achieving women without losing ourselves along the way. I'm your host, Jagoda. Today I want to talk about something that's been quietly shaping our lives, often without us even noticing. The badge of busy. That constant drive to do more. That unspoken belief that our worth is tied to how much we accomplished. That relentless whisper in the back of our minds saying, don't stop, don't slow down, you'll fall behind. I've lived under that weight for years. And if I'm honest, sometimes I still catch myself wearing that badge, like a proof that I belong, that I'm worthy of my seat at the table. But what we rarely say out loud is, this badge, it's heavy. And it's silently burning us out. I thought I understand exhaustion, knew how to rest and take a pause until COVID happened. 3 kids at home, a demanding full-time job, homeschooling, household chores, deadlines stacked on top of deadlines. I remember by the weekend I felt like an old, wrung out cloth, like a shell with nothing inside, completely empty, with nothing left to give. I was exhausted from doing everything, but I told myself that was just normal, that was how life was now. Everything just had to be done. It was expected to be done. And I was terrified that if I slowed down, if I stopped even for one moment, everything would fall apart. And yet, even in that state, the guilt of stopping was louder than my own exhaustion. I didn't know it then, but I was deep into burnout. Not the dramatic movie-worthy burnout where everything collapses at once. This was the quiet kind, the kind where you just keep going because stopping feels impossible. I remember it took me a long time after the lockdowns ended that the fear subsides and that I felt that level of energy I had before everything started. And I had to learn how to rest again, how to slow down, how to simply be without the crushing guilt, without the weight of a million expectations. Recently, on our road trip through Bosnia, I was reminded of this. We were driving through the mountains, passing tiny villages where time seemed to stand still. And I haven't felt that quite some time. I left my phone silent in my bag, no screens, no notifications, no shoots, just stillness, just being. And here's what truly surprised me. When I stopped rushing, when I allowed myself to simply breathe, my body remembered what true rest feels like. My thoughts slowed down, and I felt myself reconnecting with myself on a deeper level. I had forgotten what it felt like to be in that place of peace and clarity. And sometimes that's all burnout really is. Losing the ability to hear our own voice, our own intuition, under the defeating noise of the chaos. I want to pause for a moment and I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time you were fully off? Not just sitting on the couch, but truly disconnected from work and obligation. When was the last time you closed your laptop, silenced your phone, and let yourself be unreachable without that little voice of guilt whispering in your ear? When was the last time you rested, not to get back to work refreshed, but simply because your body and mind deserve it? For so many of us, rest has become a reward we give ourselves after we've almost fallen apart. But here's the shift I want to invite you into today. Rest isn't luxury, it's a boundary. It's the line you draw between a life you're managing and a life you're actually living. I have met so many incredible high achieving women who are masters at adopting, holding it all together, and making it work. We're so good at it that we don't even see the cost. We start losing our capacity to feel joy. We become strangers to our own desires. We live for our calendars instead of from our hearts. And I want you to know this. Stepping away from constant doing doesn't make you less ambitious. It makes you sustainable. It makes you a more confident, clear, and peaceful leader for your team, your family, and most importantly, for yourself. When you create space to breathe, your creativity comes back, your energy rebuilds, your intuition gets louder. And slowly, You remember who you are outside of the roles, the deadlines, and the endless to-do lists. You remember what it feels like to lead from a place of clarity and peace, not panic. I want you to leave you with this image. Imagine you're sitting in a quiet wooden hut in the middle of a forest. There's a fire cracking softly, a blanket wrapped around your shoulders, and outside a storm is raging. The wind howls. Rain lashes the windows. But inside, you feel safe, warm, grounded. That's what rest does for us. It becomes our hut, our home base, a place you can return to. And the storm may come, deadlines, demands, expectations. But when you tend to yourself, the noise outside doesn't unseat you. It doesn't steal your peace. If this episode stirred something in you, I'd love for you to share it with another incredible woman who needs this reminder today. And if you're ready to explore what slowing down could look like in your own life and start building that confidence and clarity, connect with me on Instagram or Facebook. The links are in the show notes. Until next time, breathe. Be gentle with yourself. You deserve it. Thank you for being here, for listening, for feeling, for letting these words land wherever they needed to. If something stirred in you today, let that be enough. You don't need to figure it all out. You don't need to rush to fix or change anything. Just keep listening to yourself. And if this episode offered you something, a breath, a truth, a shift, I'd love to know. Come find me on Instagram and Facebook. The links are in captions. Or send me a message with a word that spoke to you most. I read every one. Because this isn't just a podcast, it's a return to your body, to your breath, to your heart, to your own voice. And no matter how far you've wandered, you're never too far gone to turn around and come home. Until the next time, take care of yourself.